G'day guys, currently in Belair National Park, the 8th oldest national park in the world. It's got some amazing animals to offer. I've come here many times before and had some great success with the animals we've found. I found many koalas, emus, kangaroos, and all sorts of others. I even found bandicoots here once. And yeah, so it'd be a good time to film some wildlife here. And the first one is right over here. Well, this is truly one of the most spectacular birds in the world. The emu, the second largest bird in the world, after the ostrich in Africa. It's a very amazing thing about their legs that not many people pick up. Like, see this guy here, he's like, when he moves his legs, so if you look at my leg, go like that, his legs, look at this, they go backwards. His kneecaps are like on the backside of his legs. Those legs are truly amazing as well, because they can actually run 50 kilometers an hour. So if one of these guys was to chase me, I can run about 15 kilometers an hour. It'd have a 35-kilometer gap on me. And actually the only animal in the world to have beaten man in war. Seen about 100 years ago in Western Australia, these guys would destroy the crops and stuff there. And so it was so bad for the farmers and stuff that they had to call the military in, which tried to exterminate them. But there's only about 90 emus killed, and the army gave up after about 2 weeks. So it just shows how brilliant these birds are, and they're mainly flightless, but they are just incredible. Even this now, it just amazes me. Yeah, wow. So obviously they can pack quite a punch, so you don't want to get one on the wrong side of one of these, but they'll only attack if threatened now. As you can see, we've been moving closer to them throughout the clip, and they all they want to do is go away. They don't want to hurt me. So yeah, but continue on with our journey. All right, so the emu is one of my favourite birds in the world, but one of my other favourite birds in the world are these guys, the galahs. Now, I've filmed a video on galahs, but they are wonderful animals. They're part of the parrot family. They're part of the cockatoo family in the parrot family. So relate to like the sulphur-crested cockatoo, the yellow-tailed black cockatoo, the glossy black cockatoo, and yeah, so they're part of them. And they're quite a common bird in Australia, but people often think people don't know the beauty of these birds because they don't really pay attention to them that much. Just think of them as like they're ordinary magpie, the minor bird that I say about the place. But yeah, I love these animals to bits. And yeah, let's continue on. Alright, so I've just found a koala right up there, high in the tree, and an animal that's loved by millions around the globe. I don't blame them. I just want to go up there and give them a good cuddle. But they're not the most energetic of animals. They spend about 20 hours a day eating. We're not really in a good shot, so we're going to try and find one lower down. Alright, so here's another koala, guys, right up there in the trees, having a bit of a doze. As I've just said, that koalas spend about 20 hours a day sleeping out of the 24, obviously. And he's having a bit of a doze up there. He's got his legs sticking out. And yeah, koalas are one of my favourite animals. Just so cute and adorable. And yeah, I just love them. They're a great animal with evolution. So as you know, Australia used to be covered in all rainforest, so that means these guys, and so then the rainforest bits turned into eucalypt trees, and that means the koalas had to evolve with the new growing land and evolve to eating eucalypt trees, and that's a big story of what happened then. So it's a great decision for the animals back then to decide to evolve or die out, and I'm glad the koala evolve because we wouldn't be seeing this great guy today. So yeah, let's continue on the hunt. Alright, so I've been here many, many times in my life to Belair National Park. I know this place like the back of my hand, but I've come here with many friends and family, and all the time I get asked one question: what is this? This is a wasp trap. So the European wasps that were introduced to Australia, um, they were introduced by European settlers, and they disrupt the insect food chain, and they have no natural predators here, which allows them to thrive. So that means there's loads of wasps all around the country, and they cause many problems, like they disrupt crops, disrupt like your garden probably, and they're just quite bad. But what this does is, so there's all sweet stuff in that liquid is all sweet, so the wasps will fly in through that hole, go down to the sweet stuff because I love the sweet stuff, and then there's actually poison in the sweet stuff which will kill them. It sounds quite cruel to kill a wild animal, but that's the thing, they're not wild. These are invasive species. Now there's many invasive species in Australia, and they're the main problem for why we have so many endangered animals. And we also, the main reason why we have the biggest extinction rate of any country in the world. So we'll hope that this gets better. We can stop the invasive species and rewild Australia. So we've moved areas now. We're in the Playford Lake of Belair National Park, and we've got a black swan over here. Now that's one of the most elegant creatures in the world, but there's a very interesting thing about this swan. It's black, and European settlers were so amazed when they came to Australia and saw black swans, because they're used to seeing their white swans that they have at home in Europe. But these guys are quite amazing swans, I think. And to be honest, I don't think the colour matters on how elegant they are. But yeah, and they've got their heads down in the water, so they'll be snaking that neck around to find like all the sorts of fish and yabbies and other crustaceans that are down there on the bottom of the lake. And yeah, so this is if you're interested in bird life or wildlife in general, I'd highly recommend coming here to Belair. So if you have a look around, I see how many, we've got loads of like wood ducks and other animals like that. And we've seen loads of like cockatoos and kookaburras here and galahs. And we saw some emus earlier, as we saw in the video. And yeah, what's not so great is this down here on the ground. See, this is because we've had quite a dry summer here in South Australia, and it's not recovering from the dry summer. This has got to do with climate change, you see, because we've not been getting enough rain to fill up the lake, and this is really bad. So we're hoping that this needs to change, because we need to come together and change this, and we need more rainfall to just fill this up. And yeah, so it's really sad, but we hope that we'll get more rainfall. Won't be as good weather, unfortunately, but we hope that we need more rainfall to get this place up and running again. All right, so thank you for watching today. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one. So thank you for watching, and yeah, see you. Bye.